Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and this video is going to be very different from everything I've ever recorded. It's going to be very special, and today I'm sharing my experience with psychedelic therapy. I know you're watching because you're curious, or maybe you've already had an experience. I don't know, was it good or bad, but I feel like I just want to share mine because I do believe that this is exactly why we watch YouTube, to expand our consciousness through others people's experience. And this is exactly why I have my YouTube channel. I want to share experience. Maybe somebody will find it useful, somebody will heal, somebody will take it as a sign to try something new. Me sharing about it is not propaganda of psychedelics, all right? I don't invite anyone to try them. I'm just sharing my experience, and you do your own assumptions. You're all adults, so it's your own responsibility. So first of all, I want to share why I actually went for this experience. All my life, I was against drugs, and since my childhood, I was brainwashed that anything that changes your state of consciousness is bad for you. Later on, I started meditating. I got my meditation teacher certificate, then I got my hypnotherapy certificate, coaching certificate. So now I work with people and I actually do help them to change their state of consciousness so they can see their life in a different way, see a different perspective, and make right decisions. Later on, basically, I learned that changing the state of consciousness can be very, very useful for us and can be life-changing sometimes. But anyway, all the stories about ayahuasca, mushrooms, psychedelics didn't really touch my heart. Everything I heard from people who ever went for this experience is that they saw how the world is actually functioning, why we are here, what's the soul's purpose, etc. And deep inside, I felt like I already know all of that. So I don't have to experience anything radical, such as ayahuasca, right? Because ayahuasca can be life-changing, but also it can really take you to the dark place in your mind. And you can spend many months after ayahuasca to recover from this experience. Anyway, the experience I went for wasn't ayahuasca. It was a mushroom therapy. And the mushrooms I was taking, they're called Enigma and Albino. That was my first time ever in my life, okay? And of course, it wasn't a coincidence because just recently I broke up and my life really lost kind of meaning. That's what I felt, at least. Like it was a long-term relationship and we were going to have a family, a baby, all of this stuff, And the moment we broke up, something broke inside of me. But at the same time, I felt really free, and I felt that this is the beginning of a new chapter. And the same day, I decided that I want to have this kind of deep experience to understand what's my next step, what is the new path that is here for me, because when one door closes, another opens, right? So I just wanted to make sure that I know which path I'm in. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm on the right path and that I really deeply connected to myself, because at some point I kind of lost this connection, and my ego took over. So basically everything aligned. I wasn't even searching for an opportunity to have this experience. Someone offered me and I took this opportunity. I felt I was ready. And that was the most beautiful experience I've ever had in my life. One of the most beautiful experiences, honestly. First of all, it was very professional. I took this with a guide, and I had a profound guided experience with integration, with prompts. Everything was really wholesome, really right. And I don't advise to take psychedelics by yourself alone if you never tried them. I really recommend to do it in a special place with a special person, someone who can professionally guide you through this experience. I know also there are some clinics in Germany and maybe some other countries where you can do it. But in general, also there are therapists all over the world now who can do it for you one-on-one. Yeah, I also don't recommend to do it in a group of people. I think when you do it one-on-one in private, it's really special and you can really, really go deep into that experience. So I feel really recharged after this, and I feel really fulfilled, feel really connected. Like there is this life force awakened inside of me, and I know exactly what I'm doing, why I'm here, what's my path. And also all this suffering that I used to experience before dissolved. A lot of fears dissolved. I feel like literally my brain structure has changed in some way. So before I share what I saw in my experience, I want to share with you the scientific point of view on psychedelics, right? Psychedelics have been studied for many years, and at some point the research was actually shut down because science found out that psychedelics can heal depression, can heal anxiety, can heal many, many things. And it wasn't really profitable for big pharma, to have this information. But now psychedelics are coming back, finally. Now they're widely used. Now they're not illegal anymore. So when I'm talking about psychedelics, I'm talking about psilocybin. It's a substance that you can find in psychedelics. It's not a drug. Yeah, like it depends really on how you take it and in which amounts, but it's very different from like drugs in general. It's more like a plant-based medicine. It's a plant medicine. And that's how I felt when I was taking it. I did not feel like I'm taking drugs. And it's definitely not something you can get really addicted to. It's, I would say, once in a lifetime experience or maybe once a year experience. It's not something that you would like to do on a daily basis, definitely. So science shows that psilocybin can really dissolve ego temporarily, change your brain waves from alpha to theta. So it's like you have vivid dreams or deep meditation state. So it's the same state. So psilocybin helps to deactivate default mode network temporarily, and default mode network is responsible for anxiety, overthinking, ego, all of these things, right? So how psilocybin works is that we temporarily deactivate DMN and we connect to something bigger than that. So ego dissolves and you feel one with the world. That's why people in the state feel unconditional love and they feel this unity, connection to the universal consciousness. They start channeling. They receive a lot of information, not just about them, but about the world, how it functions, previous lives sometimes, and soul's purpose and soul's journey, like all these crazy things and insights. And it's crazy because most of the people see very similar things, which makes me wonder, is this the real truth? Because why would we all see the same? And people who have taken ayahuasca, like I talked to a lot of my friends who've done ayahuasca, they saw the same thing. And I'm talking about how the world is functioning, the universe, where we're from, like why we're here, etc. Like everybody's feeling more or less the same thing. But also I received information about myself personally, about my journey right now, something more grounded, something more applicable to my life. And that was crazy. So now I think I will just leave a link to the research about psychedelics, psilocybin, etc. So if you want, you can check the scientific information, scientific research about it. I don't want to go too deep into that because I'm here today to share my personal experience. For those who want to go deeper into science, I'll share the link with you down here in the caption, right? In the caption. Okay. So, right, I'm going to share about my journey now. I was a bit scared, to be honest, in the beginning because I was afraid to go into the dark place. And I know people have dark journeys often. And I was also just after breakup and I was sad. I had these feelings of grief and I was wondering what if it all gonna come out and just for 4 hours I'm gonna cry and be in this dark place. The person who was guiding me, she checked on me. Yeah, we had a deep conversation before the therapy, and she told me that I'm ready. Yeah, she told me that I'm ready. She's gonna be there, and if something goes wrong and I go somewhere really dark for a long time, she will help me to get back, So really trusted her. And actually, this is exactly how it was. But a part of the journey is dark anyway, right? We all have some darkness, we all have some suppressed emotions, and we all gonna go through this point in the journey. But it doesn't have to last the whole journey. It will be just like a short part of the journey. In general, journey has 4 stages. It works for everybody because psilocybin is already studied and tested so many times that, like, guides, they know exactly how the journey gonna go. There is also a playlist music that my therapist gave me, and it was really accompanying my journey, guiding me deeper. So I was lying down, I had the eye shades, I had the headphones with this playlist. That was it. I was just inside myself. So after we had a deep conversation with my therapist, I took the mushrooms, and maybe for 15 minutes I was still present. But then I wanted to lay down because I started feeling that there is something changing in my body. And if you ever done holotropic breathing, you know this feeling of like cold sensations in your body, you know, and like you don't move, like your body kind of freezes. This is exactly what started happening to me, but I already knew that this is gonna happen, and I wasn't afraid about it. And straight after, I started having visions. So my visions began with a matrix. So I saw kind of matrix, like many colorful lines with patterns. I don't know whether it was matrix or something else, but this is how it started. And straight after, I felt that I have a lot to release. So I went through emotional release. I cried, I screamed. There was something deep inside of me that needed attention, something that I needed to really express. And maybe it took 5 minutes, but when you're inside the journey, it feels like it's like an hour or so. So in 5 minutes, I released all of that, and I felt such a relief. I felt so good. I felt so liberated. There was something I've been suppressing for years. And even though I'm in therapy and I do somatic practices and I'm a hypnotherapist myself, there is always something we suppress. There is always something we don't see. And that something, that emotion is on the way to our happiness, to our fulfillment, to this lightness, you know. So the moment I released that, my body felt so light. It was so good. So the next thing I saw is my birth as a soul. Literally, I saw that I belong somewhere not on this planet. And I'm usually skeptical about it, but this is how I felt. I started asking, where is my home? Where is my home? And I was taken to some kind of galaxy, which is not here. And at the same time, I felt that home was me, you know? My home was so far away, but at the same time, it was here. I was here, and my home was me. It was also very liberating because I'm the person who always travels, who always on the go, and sometimes I lose the sense of home, the sense of grounding, and that feeling, the sensation in my body that home is me was super liberating and super grounding. So it felt really good as well. The next thing I saw was about family and birth and motherhood, because I've always had a lot of fears about motherhood and becoming a mom. And this experience actually helped me to release that fears, because I saw how beautiful this process of creation is, and how amazing it is when it is from love. So it's really important for me personally to have this experience, and I felt it deeply in my body that I will become a mom, but it will happen when I meet the right person, and it's gonna made from pure love. That baby has to be made from pure love and connection. And I also felt that pure love in my body, through my whole body in this experience. There was a lot about relationship in general, about masculine and feminine, something that I always knew, and something that is not that clear for many people. So masculine and feminine, they are different, and they are here to be in balance. So it's like a dance. It's like the dance of two energies. So these two energies, they dance together, and they complement each other. And if something is out of balance and the harmony is not there, everything becomes destroyed. So it's such a subtle feeling, it's such a interesting construction, relationship, right? Masculine and feminine. You have to constantly feel each other. You have to understand each other deeply. You have to understand each other's needs, hold the space for each other. And masculine is here to hold the space for the feminine. Masculine is here to be like a mountain, like a protective energy around the feminine. And feminine is here to express herself. It's about self-expression, emotions, beauty, wisdom, intuition. It's like a river, it's fluid, while masculine is stable. It's here to protect. It's here to hold the space. It's here to give that stability and the sense of protection to the feminine. This is what I saw, and this is what feels to me like a truth. And masculine and feminine is not about man and woman all the time. Yeah, if it's a different type of relationship, it works the same. And you can imagine it as yin and yang. This is what it feels like. This is how the relationship is functioning. And if it's not functioning well, it means probably something is broken. Yeah, there is no harmony, there is no that balance. And feminine and masculine, they don't feel each other properly. That was beautiful realization, to be honest, and this is exactly how I want my future relationship to be. But for this, both partners have to be really conscious and self-aware, have that emotional intelligence, and have that deep understanding of what masculine and feminine really is. So the next part of my journey was more about the collective energy, the collective shift. It feels like the collective is awakening. We are all awakening. We are all evolving right now. And this evolution often happens through a crisis. And it's normal. Yeah, we don't evolve from good times usually. We have to go through some crises, through some challenges, but it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I was also shown how the world is actually functioning and why everything is the way it is and why the universe is the way it is. So basically there is everything in the universe, right? It cannot be just love and light. If there is peace, there is a war. If there is anger, there is kindness. If there is love, there is hate. The universe cannot be just light. It's whether nothing or everything. And that was really awakening. So the universe cannot be just 50% of what is available out there. It has to be everything. It has to have everything. What we can do to see more light in this world is to be that light, to bring more kindness, to bring more love, to bring more joy into this world. And this is how we can restore the balance and let the light overweight the darkness. But the darkness always gonna be there. There'll be always darkness in this world, and we can't do much about it, honestly. Yeah, it's supposed to be here. But if you want to live our life with less darkness, we need to bring more light. That's it. We need to be that light, to project that light into the world so we can receive that projection back. And this is also a great sign that you're on your path. If you move from this light and love, if you create from love, whether it's relationship or whatever you create in your work, this is the right path. This is the path of light. You can see the spirit guiding you in that moment. And it feels like expansion and warmth in your body. So if you feel this expansion, inspiration and warmth, this is the right decision, this is the right path, this is the right thing to do, this is the right person. If you feel contraction, this is not the right thing for you. Your body is very wise. Your body always knows, your intuition always knows. So if it feels like contraction, this is the wrong place to be. This is the wrong career, wrong path, wrong relationship. Leave it now. Because the life will make you leave it anyway. The earlier you will listen to yourself, to your intuition, the better it is for you. And this is what I took for myself as well. If I already feel this signs of contraction, that I'm like shrinking myself in relationship, for example, this is the wrong relationship for me. If I'm shrinking myself in my career, if I feel my potential is so much bigger, but I keep shrinking, I need to leave now. And I need to start moving towards the light, towards what inspires me, towards what activates my power and is aligned with who I am. And this is the only way to live this life with more peace and love. Yeah, you cannot completely live it perfectly, but you can definitely have an amazing life if you feel what's right for you, if you're really connected to your intuition. And there are many, many ways how you can walk this path. Yeah, there is just one path for you, the path of love and light. But the decorations around this path can be different. So don't really focus on details. Don't overthink it too much. There are a lot of portals that will lead you to this right path of yours. You don't have to be hyper focused on your decorations, This is just decorations. The core is love, and everything else is just a package, I hope you can still understand what I'm talking about here. Also, all the structure that we created in this world is important. Yeah, we don't have to follow everything, but if there is no structure, we will go crazy. Yeah, this matrix, it exists, and it exists for a reason. And you can't really trick the matrix. You can use it to your own advantage, with good intentions. You can change the levels of the game easier and faster, but you cannot break the matrix. You cannot change the game. You cannot switch it off, basically. The game is here. You're a player. You can put on different masks, different costumes. You can choose your decorations, your surroundings, your friends, people who surround you and stuff. But you cannot change the game itself. The game is here for you. Play it, enjoy it, use all the opportunities and possibilities. So what actually psychedelics do to your brain, they help you see these possibilities. They help you rewire your brain. They help you to dissolve your ego and dissolve some beliefs that are not supporting you anymore. So you can create new beliefs. So you can create new rules of your game for yourself. Yeah, there is a game that you personally play in this big game of life. And it's really cool. It's really empowering, and it's really activating your higher self, your potential, your light. And this is exactly how I'm feeling right now. I feel super empowered, and I know why I'm here. I know what I'm doing. And I also trust the journey, really trust it. Because before I thought I was trusting it, but in reality, I was always scared that something's gonna change. But change is a part of a journey. And if I don't trust the change, it means I don't trust the journey. So I'm learning to embrace the change as the part of the process, and something that will really, really help me to upgrade in life and to learn more about this life, to integrate all these lessons. I'm enjoying this change right now, in fact. And I know every change, even if it was unexpected and painful, brings me closer to my true self, to my true desires, to my path. There is no goal, just the path. And this is also very liberating. There is no goal you need to achieve in order to feel happy. There is no goal you need to achieve in order to feel that you are successful in this life, Yeah, there will be milestones, but you will always create more goals. Yeah, don't chase that feeling of success and accomplishment. It's all an illusion. Don't chase all these material toys, and it's all an illusion as well. They will be a part of your life. They are just decorations, and it's cool to have them. It's cool to enjoy the luxury and everything. I don't mind that, and it's a part of the game. Yeah, you don't have to refuse material part of life. You don't have to refuse luxury in order to be spiritual, but also don't be hyper focused on it. Because the moment you become too focused on material things, you lose it. You lose that connection with self. Stay connected. So for sure, the main part of the journey is the integration of this journey. And whether you're doing breathwork or Kundalini activation or psychedelics, it doesn't matter. If you don't integrate it, nothing will change in your life. You might have amazing insights, life-changing insights, life-changing information. Your channeling is open. You got all these ideas, but if you don't put it into action, then nothing gonna change, honestly. So this is what I'm gonna be working on right now. So all these ideas that I've received, all this information, I really, really want to put it into work. I really want to put it into action, because the universe speaks in action. And I do feel that, I do believe that. Every time I take action, especially something that I used to be really scared of, I receive my reward. And I receive what I actually wanted to receive. So this trip also showed me that all the fears are an illusion. I knew that already, but this time I really felt it. Like all these fears, all that things I was doubting, they're really not important. They're not important. If I choose the right direction and I just start taking action towards my goal, I will make it. I will be there. I will get there. What's important is the pure intention, the intention of love, the intention of creating more love and light into this world. The main intention is to create more love and light in this world. And yes, we can see that there are people in this world that do things that are not very kind, and they don't look like light things, and they're still successful. But this is not true success I'm talking about. Deep inside, they're really hurt and traumatized. These people create out of trauma. So don't compare yourself to people who create out of trauma, because you have no idea what's going on inside. You have no idea how they really feel. You have no idea are they really happy or not. Because if they create out of trauma and they just try to satisfy their ego, most probably they're not truly happy. So comparison is evil. Never compare yourself to anyone, because you are unique. Your journey is unique. And all you need to do is to follow your journey. Nobody gonna tell you what's your journey. Only you know. So the only tool you really need is your intuition. This is the most important skill of your life. The more you develop your intuition, the more you listen to it and take an action according to it, the more self-trust you build, the better your life is gonna be. I think this is a beautiful moment to finish this video. Maybe I'll have more to share later, but for now I feel this is all I wanted to share with you. I'm really curious about your journeys. If you have been on psychedelic journey or anything similar, share your experience below. Maybe some of you are inspired to go on such a journey. And I hope this information that I shared with you was inspirational. Also, I feel like this experience made me a better guide, a better coach, a better hypnotherapist, because I can really see things much deeper now. So I invite you for a free consultation next month. I will leave the link here in the description. So I have limited spots, 5 spots per month. You can apply if you feel that you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me. This is not a sales call. I call it a clarity call. So I will help you to gain more clarity on your life situation, something that you're going through right now. For me, it's a pleasure, because it's a part of my work to share more light, share more love, share more clarity. So hopefully you will take this opportunity and book a call. I'd be happy to meet you. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you really liked it, it made you feel something, inspired you, please leave a comment, like it, subscribe to my channel for more. Probably there will be more videos like that. And it really helps me to keep going and inspires me to create more. Thank you so much, and much love to you, Alina.